Well, here we go again. Welcome back to another episode of the Holler Project. We got a fun one again today because, we like to do the right thing and just keep buying stuff that we don't need. So let me introduce you to a new unit on the channel that needs a fair amount of work. And it's not sheet metal. Yes. All right, well, here she is. This here's a 2008 Chevrolet Silverado, and as you can see, it's been lowered and has low profile tires with 24-inch wheels. It's got the cowl hood, the tow mirrors, all the fun stuff. Yeah, not a bad unit. A little muddy. Brought her in to thaw her out. Figured let's do a video on her. My brother wants to add a word right here. Starts with an A. It's 3 letters. That's what he wants to name the truck. Slightly inappropriate for the channel, but yeah, she's got the tonneau cover. It's got 3 little bells and whistles. We'll do a full walk around here in a minute, but just wanted to introduce you to her. I don't know what to name it. If you guys have a good name out there, let us know what it is. Drop it in the comments. We'll do a walk around here in a second. Okay, let's have a closer look. As you can see, previous owner had put different headlights and stuff in it. I'm not sure if they had the bumper painted. I don't know if these came painted black. Maybe a different emblem too. I'm not exactly sure. I don't really know a ton of the different details like some of you folks out there probably do on the Silverados. This one's a 2008, like I said. It does have this aftermarket cowl hood on it. It's steel. It is not fiberglass. These are here probably covering rust. I'd imagine the fenders and everything are probably rusted out pretty good. Obviously, I was kidding about the truck being lowered. These are 35-inch by 12.5 by 17. Haven't been rotated in a very long time. You can tell that because of the way the tires are. And all the brake dust. I tried cleaning this one up just a little bit to see if I had anything that would take that off, and it started to, but what I can tell, let me grab a pin light here. I haven't got out the measuring wand, but probably a 6-inch lift, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but it's, it's up there. It's got these really awesome, I don't even know what they call those, rock crawler lights or something. There's a button inside that turns them on. They just flash red. I can show you those if you want to see them. I'm not super interested in them. This is a 1500, so these are not factory mirrors. These were put on here. It's a full, it's a crew cab, so it's got the short box. It is actually a Z71. Believe these are just stickers, but it's actually a Z71. Walk around the back. It is an LTZ, as you can see down here, along with the Biden Sucks edition that was put on there. I'm not sure what's going on here. Tailgate is hitting this, and it bent it out and bent that in, screwed that all up. So we'll have to do a little fixing on that, aka a body hammer and a dolly. Tonneau cover, yep, check. These rear tires are in really good shape, which is unfortunate that the front ones are so bad, because these Falcon Wild Peak tires, to get 2 matching ones to match the rears for the front, yeah, they're like $400 a piece, so I won't be buying those. I can get a full set of 4 from Priority Tire, not a sponsorship. But I can get a full set of 4 for $800. So why would I spend $800 on 2? This tire, as you can see, also is all worn out on the inside tread. Probably has loose ball joints and everything else. Haven't had it up in the air. All right, well, we got her up in the air. Let's take a look at the old undercarriage here. We got a RCX lift. Must be part of the kit, the 6-inch kit. I did quick grease the ball joints. We got a CV axle ripped and probably, yep, pretty loose. What else we got? Ooh, let's get a pry bar and check those lower control arm bushings. Might as well, it's up in the air, right? This one ought to do it. Let's see how bad these are. Yeah, slightly worn. Front bushing's fine. How about this side? Oop. Front bushing's fine there. How about over here? Oh, spin this guy around. That one's fine. So just the one lower control arm bushing. Got an oil leak. That doesn't look too bad. No transmission leak. I had to lift it from the those mounts because of these rear track bars, whatever they're called. Oh, let's have a look at the rockers from the backside. Yeah, they're shit. Just what I thought. Trash. I don't know what they'll say. BFD. This frame looks okay. On this side, this is the side in question. Yeah, she's a little rotty. So we'll have to pull probably the evap can and the gas tank to repair that frame. Yeah, we're gonna have to get the kit that goes up under the, we're gonna have to get this section and that section. Oh! Parking sensor harnesses, just hanging wherever they want. They go in there. Rear bumper's got a little rust on it. We might be able to sand that down and just shoot some paint on it. Make it look a little better. Can we put this thing somewhere? Oh, hey, there's the sensor. Maybe? I mean, it kind of goes in there. Yeah. There. Hey, look at that. How about this side? Where's this guy at? Right here. You got to be kidding me. That one must be missing a cover or something. Oh, don't want to pop the whole thing out. There we go. Parking sensors are back in. That's fun. This one's missing a black cover or something. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh, no. That's gonna have to be addressed. That's terrible. Oh, hey, look. There's two more that go there. I bet that's what this plug-in is for. Where's our other plug-in? Right there. So we're missing two. We'll have to see if we can get on the line and order those. Get them fixed right on up. How about our cross tubes back here? That one doesn't look too bad. How about the one over the gas tank? That one's okay. Got an exhaust hanger that broke off. He goes back on over here somewhere. That's okay. Just go ahead and leave that anywhere. I could probably fix that if I wanted to. I don't know if I will. These get awfully tight, don't they? Boing, boing, boing. Skyjacker Nitro 8000. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I pulled her a little tight there, eh? What do you do? Should I rotate the tires? Is it worth my time doing that? I don't even know. The front tires are shot. I'd rather not have them on the front, though, in case one of them decides to give her the blow. Yeah, anyway. Well, there you go. There's a little peek underneath the skirt. Doesn't look too bad. Let me move my step stool here. Oh. So I can fit through. We'll have a look at the interior. Like I said, it is an LTZ, so it's got quite a bit of good stuff on the inside here. Power seat, lumbar support and all that. Heated seats. Overall pretty good condition in here. No nav or anything like that, but it's pretty nice. Got the moonroof in it. Seats are in really good shape, as you can see here. So, that being said, oh, the dash is cracked. I think you can get replacement panels though, so that's not super big deal. But anyway, that was kind of the selling point for me on the truck. Having the nice interior, that's always a big deal to me. Body wise too, gotta have a decent body on it. And the body surprisingly is not all beat up. Rear seat, good shape again. It's got this weird thing, I think that's missing knobs. Should be a knob on both those, I believe. Anyway, this truck came out of Missouri. Originally, made its way to Iowa. And has lived here for a few years. Just 3, I think. Oh, it's got the floor liners and stuff in it too. So that's nice. And then it started developing issues and the owner didn't want to fix any of it. The rockers have been repaired or replaced. I'm not exactly sure. I think they're just covers. You can kind of see here, silicone them on. They're metal, but not welded in or anything, so I don't know. They look okay. And let's take a look under the hood. This is a 5.3 with a 4L60. Also, I wanted to mention, this truck has 300,000 miles on it. It doesn't look like it does it? And the engine, when you start it up, is fairly quiet. There's the old 5.3 liter Pure Fury. I believe this being a 2008 probably has active fuel management on it. I'm not really sure, I haven't looked into it. Coolant level's fine. It wasn't when I picked it up, it was 1.5 gallons low. Brake fluid was also non-existent, along with power steering fluid. Neither one of those had any fluid in them at all. But it overall pretty leak-free engine. I haven't seen any puddles on the ground or anything. Oil lines are probably starting to leak a little bit, as you can see down there, a little wet. But yeah, so what's wrong? What's wrong with it? Well, there's a lot of things wrong with it. Today, we're gonna look at the first thing wrong with it, which is an engine misfire. I have not pulled the code, but we're gonna go through diagnosing the ignition system on one of these 5.3s and see if we can figure out what it is. So let me fire it up. Key's a little sticky. Shut off the all right. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh, look at these lights. Can you hear the misfire? You hear it thudding? Let me shut those stupid lights off. Fancy headlights. the check engine light to see what code comes back, but he said something about cylinder 4. Let's see if we've got a check engine light back on yet. Nothing yet. And I don't believe my scan tool does live data to where we can see a misfire monitor. I don't even know if these 2008 trucks have that. They've got the exhaust hacked off. I don't know if that's like a cherry bomb or something. I have no idea. It doesn't sound terrible. The fuel pump's louder than all can be. Oh, it's got these big traction bars on it too. I don't know what brand they are, some shit. We go all the way back. Yeah, she's a real beast. I'm gonna let this run for a little bit, see if we can get a check engine light. We'll hook up, see if we have a pending code, and see if it's still cylinder 4, and then we'll go through diagnosing it. All right, well, the check engine light came back on, and we did confirm cylinder 4. So let's go ahead and take this cover off here. We'll throw it over here. And if you don't know, firing, Jesus, not the firing order, the cylinder orientation, I guess, if you want to call it, whatever. 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2, the one in question, would be this guy right here. So let's get some lights over here and a standing stool, because this thing's clear the heck up in the air. All right, well, first things first, what we're gonna do is pull the plug wire, or we're gonna pull the spark plug out. So we'll pull our wire off, and so that's not laying on the manifold, we'll just take the wire all the way off right here. Doesn't look bad, it's red. I don't believe these were supposed to be red. From the factory, I believe they're supposed to be black. The suit is black, pa's not. So let me get this plug out, we'll have a look at it. All right, we got our plug out. Here's our plug. It actually doesn't look too bad at all. Looks old, like it's been in there quite a while. What do we got? AC Delco plug. But if you look at the tip, I don't know if you guys can see it because these cameras don't focus. It is a little bit worn. They're supposed to have a 40 thousandths gap on them. With the old eyeball, that looks a little more than 40 thousandths. But I don't see any cracks in the porcelain or anything of that nature. So, for all things considered, we're going to rule this not the problem. That plug looks like it would be just fine to fire on and do what it's supposed to do. So, the next step we're going to take is we're going to look at this coil, and we're going to go through and test it, doing an ohm test to the coil and see what we get for readings. And it looks like these are 10 mil. So we've got our 10 mil ratchet here. And they just bolt on. Okay, get our bolts out of there. Grab our coil. There she is, round coil. They made rounds and squares. Let's take this over to the old workbench and give her the ohm test. All right, well, we've got our coil here, and you can see it's a 4-pin. Connector tabs on this side. We're gonna go ahead and check the primary side, and I believe we should get 0.4 to 0.6 ohms. You guys probably can't see this. Maybe you can now. I don't know if there's too much of a glare on it. There you go. How about that? So we're just gonna go through. We're gonna start on pin 1 or A. I have to believe this would be the pink wire. And we're gonna go to number 2 next to it. As you can see, we're reading OL. We'll go to the third pin, still OL. Fourth pin, 12.96 mega ohms. Yeah, that's a little different than 0.4 to 0.6 ohms. So that's not good to start. Now we're gonna check the secondary side. You just put your terminal on the actual spark plug connector, or the spark plug pin, the post in there. And then you come back over here to your connector side. And you should get a reading of, it's a 6 to 7,000 ohms, 5 to 7,200 ohms. So 5.96 mega ohms there. That went all the way up to OL. 3.16 mega ohms. And this meter is set on auto. You can select your ranges, but it should do that automatically based on your reading. I'm gonna go ahead and say this coil's trashed. Let's grab, I do have a spare LS engine. The coil, I did grab one and bring it over here so we could do a comparison test. This is also a round. The bolt down bracket's a little bit different, but should be the same principle. So let's go back through and see on this coil what we get and if we get different readings. 10 kilo ohms, 4.9 mega ohms. .28 there. We'll put it on the tower. That reading is substantially different there. That's OL, that's the same. Same there. Yeah, this coil's readings are completely different. So let's go ahead and swap this coil on and fire it back up. See what it sounds like. Now we are not going to be able to bolt this one down. It's just gonna have to rest in here. We'll have to get the correct style coil with the correct bracket on it. But the harness plugs in just the same. We'll go ahead and put our wire on. Give her a push till she clicks on there. That should be it. Let's start it up, see if it sounds any different. I did forget to mention I threw that spark plug back in. So we're good to go. Let's fire this thing up. This key is a little wonky still too. I don't know if the tumblers are getting worn in it or... Yeah, you can already tell. Much smoother. Yeah, substantially different. You can hear it in the exhaust too. Oh yeah, a lot smoother. Yep. Let's say we had ourselves a bad coil. It's wonderful. Purrs like a kitten, so we'll get our codes cleared out and that'll be a done deal. All right, well that was an easy fix. Engine misfire on this truck has been diagnosed and repaired. So when I get a coil pack here, we'll swap that on. We'll leave this one on there for now. Just leave it kind of hang out. It'll be fine, no big deal. But yeah, quick little video, ignition system diagnosis. If that didn't work, you know, you can go on and do a compression test on that cylinder, see what that looks like. Could have a collapsed lifter or something like that. You could also put a Noid light on the back of the fuel injector, see if the harness is doing, or if the system's doing what it's supposed to with the fuel injector. You know, all that stuff. But a lot of times on these LS motors, these coils are really common to fail. So it's kind of a good starting point. Get out your multimeter and do an ohm test on the coil and see what you got. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you like the new truck. It's kind of cool. It's a big rig, kind of. Anyways, we'll see you in the next one.